Hi, welcome all to Civil Engineering in Tamil. Today we are going to see types of loads on beams. So the beams may be subjected to the following loads. First one, point loads. Second, uniformly distributed loads. Third, varying loads. The varying loads may be described as distributed load with varying intensities. The loads are drawn as shown in figure below. So the point loads we will mention in this pattern. So in this beam we have 4 point loads. This is uniformly distributed loads. So we will mention the uniformly distributed load in this manner, or else we will have rectangular shape with arrow marks pointing down to the beam. Third one is varying loads. This one is trapezoidal shape varying loads. This one is triangular shape. We will have this kind of loads also. When this kind of force will come in the beam, I will explain it. Okay. First one is point loads. Loads which acting at a single point or concentrated on a very small length is called a point load or concentrated load. Example, a secondary beam resting on a main beam. See, this is the point load. 1, 2, 3, 4 point loads are acting in this main beam. So assume that this is the main beam. We are having 4 secondary beams. In this beam, the secondary beam will come and rest. So in practice, generally the beam will not rest in a very single point. It will have some small width of the beam, secondary beam, but for analysis purpose we are taking it as a point loads. So W1, W2, W3, W4 are the point loads. Second is uniformly distributed loads. Loads which are distributed throughout the whole or a part of the beam is called a uniformly distributed load or UDL. Example, one-way slab resting on a beam, weight of the wall over a beam. Let us consider this one is a main beam and this is the load from the wall resting on the beam or the slab, a one-way slab which is resting on this beam. So the loading pattern will be coming like this. We will generally mention it as a small w per unit length. Okay. Third one is varying loads. Distributed loads with varying intensity is called varying loads. For example, loads from two-way slabs and loads on lintel. Okay, so this one is uniformly varying loads. So let us this is a trapezoidal shape uniformly varying loads. So in this end it has intensity of W1 per unit length. Here we are having W2 per unit length. So this one is perfectly two-way slab. That means Ly by Lx. If you have slab with Ly by Lx equal to 1, so we will have this kind of triangular shaped loads. So here the load intensity is 0. In the support, the load intensity is 0, but at the center we are having maximum load W1 per unit. So this one will be having this one also from the two-way. This kind of load will arises from the two-way slab, which will have Ly by Lx by Ly ratio of slab greater than 1. Okay, so here the intensity is 0, here the intensity of the load is 0, here the maximum intensity of the load is somewhere here. Here also we are having maximum intensity in between. The straight line is drawn. So this kind of load will arise from the two-way slab, or this kind of loads may arise from the lintel also. We will have other loads. So the impact loads, moving loads, etc. Impact loads is the load due to some moving object on the beam or falling object on the beams. That is called impact loads. Sometimes if you have a bridge, it has moving load and it is suddenly stop. If we suddenly stop the vehicle, the load may be considered as an impact loads. So moving loads is the load arising due to the moving things on the slab or beam. So for example, the vehicular movement over the bridges, that loads will be transferred to the beam or slab. So that load is called moving loads. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe. Please do not forget to subscribe. Thank you very much.